August 4th, 1 o'clock, gates open. 2 starts the fights. We got 12 fights lined up. We got the main card with 145 championship, the co-main 135. Yep. We got a bunch of what kind of some of the weight classes that people can expect for that day, Lamar?
So we got 155 pounders, man. I mean, but these guys are big boys. These guys are walk around about 200 pounds. They drop down to 155. Get the fuck out of here, so they'll be yoked up, ready to go. You know, the next day we have 25ers, man. The little short, fast motherfuckers. You know, just super fast, spinning heel kicks. You know, you can't blink because somebody can get knocked out. You know, instantly, especially with the small weight classes. I mean, you get knocked out quick, you know.
Some fights won't go the distance.
Exactly. We have a lot of 25s. We have a lot of 35ers that are watching that title fight, you know, that are going to keep their eyes on that fight, and that one day is going to go and try to challenge Caesar or Rudy, whoever wins that championship. So we have a little bit of everything from the small guys to the medium guys to the big guys, you know. So it's going to be perfect fit for everybody.
So for all you guys watching, I mean, for all you got aspiring fighters watching, like, be ready. You know what I mean? If this is your calling, if this is something you want to do and you're willing to take the reins on your life and you're willing to put yourself out there, this is the time. No, like I keep saying, no one's gonna give you anything. This is the time. Path to Glory 1, August 4th, Kingdom Fight League. Doors open 1 p.m. Fight start 2 p.m. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode here on the JDG podcast, JimmyDukesGaming. Today, I am very fortunate to be in the presence of greatness and shit. No, but thank you guys for coming through, man. We're here sitting here with three gentlemen that are part of a new fight promotion here in El Paso, Texas. We're going to be sitting down and getting to know them a little bit and something about their promotion and things like that. You know, I'm always looking to speak to people that are pursuing, you know, something that's out of the norm. You know what I mean? Like, I always respect people that always go after. I know I've known Ricky for a little bit, and he's always such a positive dude. But I appreciate you guys coming out and letting you guys come into this gym, man.
Of course.
Yeah, man. So let's just get into it, man. I just wanted to, if you guys want to just introduce yourself to the audience, man. If we'll just go here from left to right, man.
All right, for sure. I'm Ricky Savage, professional fighter right here at El Paso, owner of SVG MMA Academy, CEO of Kingdom Fight League. And yeah, we'll get more into it right now.
My name's Lonnie Morales. I'm the owner of Kingdom Fight League.
Yeah. And yourself, sir?
Yeah, so my name is Lamr Harris. I'm also a professional fighter, assistant coach at SVG Academy, and I'm the president of Kingdom Fight League.
Let's go,
also
man.
The matchmaker.
Let's go, man. So thank you guys for kind of introducing yourself, and just a little quick background about yourself. I know I've known you, and I'm just getting to know these gentlemen, but just a little bit for somebody that might be seeing you for the first time, Ricky, just a little background about yourself and, you know, how long you've been in the fight game and, you know, the promotion and owning a gym, man.
Yeah, so I started MMA about 8 years ago in Las Vegas. I was living out there. I started training at Syndicate MMA, and I just got super obsessed with the game. Once I got introduced to the game, it was obviously when you first walk into MMA gym, if you're a real one, you're gonna test yourself and get in there. And I got my butt whooped.
Hey,
you know,
but you kept showing up.
I got my butt whooped, and it just made me hungrier. You know, you're always gonna have two sides of the coin. It's like, some people will just never show up to the gym again and be like, I'm out. And then some people are going to be like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to keep pushing myself. I want to get better. I don't never want to get my butt whooped like I did like that day.
Right.
And so that motivated me and put that fire inside me to keep pushing and keep grinding. And, you know, 8 years later, we're here. And like I said, I'm a pro fighter, still trying to get matched up. Got a lot of pullouts, a lot of guys not making weight. But it's part of the game. You gotta learn to accept the good with the bad and take whatever God it has to give us, you know. And right now, I'm blessed to be here with my team for Kingdom Fight League. And thank you for having us on this podcast.
Yeah, man. I just want to piggyback off that. I'm glad you said that about showing up because, you know, me starting jiu-jitsu too is one of those things that you get humbled quick, you know, especially with striking. I mean, I can't even imagine just getting punched in the face over and over again or leg kicked or whatever. And then not showing up again like, oh, fuck that. I'm not part of that life. But, you know, but I respect people that train in anything because, you know, you could easily just say, oh, fuck that. That's not for me.
Yeah. And I mean, with grappling, worst that happens is you tap. Yep. You know what I mean? Like tap, and it sucks. It's a hit on the ego. It's all good. You learn to take that hit in the ego when you start jiu-jitsu. That's why I love jiu-jitsu. With Muay Thai, it's a little bit different. Yeah, you know what I mean? You get some ribs broken.
Yo, man, no.
You get your nose broken, or you get some tough shots to the body. You get dropped with a liver shot. Like it's definitely very intense. But like I always tell the guys that come train here, you want to be multidimensional. You don't want to just have one aspect to the thing. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, man.
A little bit of everything.
That's cool, man. And what about yourself? Next, a little bit about yourself. Let everybody know who you are. And even for myself, this is the best part. I get to sit down and talk to new people and get to know them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a little bit older than these guys. I started mixed martial arts over like 20 years ago. I think the last thing I learned was jiu-jitsu. And then I coached for 13 years, 14 years. I was actually Lamar's first MMA coach.
Nice.
I think we went like 4-0 with Lamar. Like as an AMI, like we went 4-0. He was just murdering everybody. Yeah, and then I've been thinking about starting a promotion here because Paso just didn't have its own promotion, man. Like I was like, why don't we have our own promotion here? We used to, I'd say about 10, 12 years ago, we used to have our own promotions, and then they kind of just like fell off. I guess too much hard work, and maybe people just didn't want to do it anymore. So then I decided to start one last year. And I did, and then Lamar called me up, and he's like, "Man, I'm down. Like, let me get in. Like, let's do this." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it, man." So he came on, and he did a lot of the matchmaking. But like I said, like everybody does their own. You know, everybody has their own like role to play, but everybody kind of does everything.
Yeah, it'd be a jack of all trades kind of thing sometimes.
Yeah, and it's good because we have each other to lean on for things. Like, hey, man, I'm doing this. Like let's let you handle that, and you can handle this, or you know what I mean. So it's a good thing. But yeah, that's basically how we started it. I started a nonprofit. It's called the Paso Youth Outreach Foundation. And this is basically our fundraisers, man. Like this is basically like how we do it. We wanted to get help out the kids. We just had a seminar here a couple weeks back, maybe.
Yeah, it was super dope. Amazing turnout. Amazing kids that came out, and you know, it's hard I feel like it's hard when you're a little kid, right? Because like you go to school, you're getting bullied, and it's not that easy. Not a lot of people understand unless you've like been bullied yourself.
Yeah, dealt with that in your life.
A lot of times fighters were bullied. You know, like one of my favorite fighters, GSP, he always talks about it, even on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like he was bullied as a kid. You know what I mean? And like when you're bullied, it's like it sucks because like especially when you don't know how to defend yourself, you're like, man, like why is this happening to me? Like why are people picking on me? And you just feel attacked by the world in general, not just people, but the world in general. And then as you get older and you start, especially when you come to a place like this, like how we did the seminar, kids feel so like they feel happy when they leave,
dope.
And they feel confident and they feel empowered, you know, and that's our job is to empower them to be confident in defending themselves. You know what I mean? So it was a badass seminar.
And a lot of the time, like, you know, when you don't know how to fight, like you're scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that makes you fight because you're just scared and you don't know what to do. And you, like you said, like when you get bullied, you feel sad and you feel like, kind of like, why is this happening? Like you said, why is it happening to me? Like, but when kids come in and they start working and they get better, a lot of times they don't want to fight.
Yeah, they're just having that confidence to know that they can if they wanted to. I always tell people that too. Like, I ain't trying to beat anybody's ass, but if I ever felt like I needed to defend myself, I have a chance. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm going to win, but if somebody gets a hold of me, I'm going to fucking try to get away and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to do what you know, what you train
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Do.
And that's the same for the kids, man. Like when the kids do that, they kind of laugh off bullies.
Yeah.
Like, I'll beat your ass.
Yeah.
Like, in their head, they're like, I'll beat your ass. Like, it's not even
quick 1-2. You didn't even see it come.
It's not even worth fighting you or like
that's all
taking
you
this
need.
in. So they just get their confidence, man. And that confidence isn't necessarily beating people up. That confidence is like knowing that I can kick your ass. Like, I'll beat your ass, man. Like, So I'm good. I feel good about myself. So, you know, we wanted to do that. Plus, we do other stuff like toy drives. I want to do like a clothing drive. I want to help out kids. And stuff
That's
like
so
that.
cool, man.
So yeah, man, because when I was young, I was in a children's home and foster care and stuff. So, like, I feel like I need to give back too.
That's awesome.
For sure.
And what about you, Lamr? Just a little background about yourself, man. Let everybody know who you are and what's your role here, man.
Yeah, so, you know, my name's Lamr. Everybody out here knows me as LA. Again, I'm the matchmaker, so I deal with all the fighters. I bring a lot of guys in from Albuquerque, from Phoenix. I'm the one that annoys all the fighters, making sure they get their blood work in, their physicals, you know, all their paperwork in time, you know, because, again, it's sanctioned commission, you know, so we have to make sure we abide by the rules, you know. I started martial arts at 10 years old. I started wrestling, and then it was on and off all through my high school years and stuff. After high school, I played a little professional basketball as well.
I couldn't tell, man.
Yeah, I'm 6'5". I'm 6'5". So then I came down here to El Paso. My dad was in the military. Came down here. I was always good at fighting, but just street fighting. You know?
Yeah.
And people always told me, like, man, you're a little better than a regular street fighter.
Yeah.
So I went on Facebook one day, and Lonnie actually had made a post with his gym about, you know, upcoming fighters. You know, you want to compete in this tournament and so forth. And I was like, everybody kept tagging me in it, like, hey, man, you should go try. So I went out there, and it was about, I think, like 2 weeks or something, like a tryout period.
It was 12 people that came in because what we were going to do was we were going to give them a full year of training.
A sponsorship.
For free, like a sponsorship. But we wanted to pick the best guy. So I had these Brazilian coaches, crazy-ass Guy and Jay, bro. Remember them?
Tough guys.
Tough dudes, man. Like, so Guy and Jay were our coaches there, and they're from Brazil. One of them did jiu-jitsu. He was a hardcore jiu-jitsu guy, all about the gi. The other guy did this thing called luta libre, which nobody ever really heard of, right? Luta libre. But if you look at like 10th Planet, that's basically luta libre, man. It's like a wrestling and a jiu-jitsu hybrid, and they don't wear gis. They don't wear gis, so they don't even call it jiu-jitsu. They're like, it's not jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know, everybody thinks, especially in Brazil, it's very like hardcore. So they're like, no, the gi is jiu-jitsu. That's it.
Yeah.
No gi is not jiu-jitsu. Just no gi. So we did a course, and it ran like 2 weeks. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, the coaches got together and we were like, who are we going to choose, man? We were like, Lamr. Like,
no, that's so cool.
He's the one to do it,
and
bro.
how many years ago was that?
That was about 10 years ago.
That's dope.
About 10 years ago. So I was in there going against purple belts. I just was a street fighter, you know? So I didn't know anything. I just went in there and I just hit hard, and I was tough. You know? I just bit down on my mouthpiece and went at it. And then at the end of the day, you know, they lined us all up after those weeks went by, and they chose me, and I got the sponsorship from there. We began our amateur career. You know, we had some tough fights, but I was winning almost every fight by finish. So my name started getting out there. As the years went by, then I became a professional fighter. So currently I'm undefeated as a professional fighter. I'm a purple belt under Mando Rosales from Zen Martial Arts. I love that guy, man. He's just amazing. And yeah, I'm also a coach here behind Ricky. You know, I back Ricky up here at the gym. I love working with the teenagers. That's my specialty because I was a troubled teen. So when I see some of these teens coming in here, I put my all into it. That's cool, that's what I love the most. I love working with adults. Yeah. But when I work with the teenagers, the troubled kids especially, that's my passion.
Because you can relate to that, right? Exactly. To a certain extent, you know what I mean? And that's a big thing too. Kind of you guys, you were talking about just being bullied and shit like that. You don't know unless you were in that position or have known somebody that, you know, has dealt with that kind of shit before. Like me, obviously you guys see how big I am. I had to deal with shit all the fucking time. You know what I mean? So I was always willing just to fucking take a beating if I needed to, but nobody was ever like, oh, Jimmy's a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Jimmy's a little crazy asshole. You're like, fucking leave him alone. I was like, I'll bite ankles, man. I'll go for Achilles tendon, dog.
And then with Ricky, me and Ricky been knowing each other. We sparred numerous times. We were always in the fight scene because he was very good. So I always seen him around. We would see each other at different sparring. And then me and Ricky, we were only professional fighters on a card in Arizona. And literally the same week, me and Ricky were going to headline. I believe he was the co-main and I was the main, or he was the main and I was the co-main event. Whatever it was, we were the only professional fighters on the card. Literally, he wrote me and was like, my fight just got canceled. It was 2 days before the event. And I was like, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Boom, boom, boom. And then the next day, my guy pulled out too. So they lost both of us. So
this was last year in the summer.
It was crazy.
Summertime.
We were ready.
It's crazy because I got an Airbnb. It was lit. I was going to take my family. We had a pool. We're going to go to watch a Suns game. We're going to do all these things. So I invested a lot of time, effort, and money more importantly, the training camp.
Yeah, I mean,
the cutting weight, and this has happened like this is probably the 8th time it's happened. It just happened last weekend. You know what I mean? And people sign up to fight me. They sign the contract, and then it doesn't happen, and it breaks a fighter's heart because you train your all, you give your all, you sacrifice it all for one day to get to show the people that believe in you that you have worked so hard for, and you want to show them what you have to give as far as martial arts. You want to have a good performance, and then it doesn't happen. So when that didn't happen for us, it was just like, oh man, here we go again. And we ended up linking up. We actually both still went to Arizona. I still had a great time with my family. I took it as a vacation.
Yeah.
But it's always heartbreaking when you prepare to fight and then it doesn't happen. But fighters that are watching, listening, prepare yourself if you want to do MMA, because this isn't an easy game. You got to take the good along with the bad, and a lot of times shit doesn't go the way you expect it to. But you keep pushing, you keep pursuing, you keep believing, something good is eventually going to happen. You'll find yourself at the end at the top of the mountain, looking at a beautiful view when you choose the hardest path a lot of times.
Yeah, and I love each of you guys' individual stories. That's cool that you guys have known each other, and then just through the fight game you guys connected. So how did it come to the point to where, like, all right, like when you guys were obviously you guys know each other, like, all right, you guys want to do this fucking fight league? Like, what do you guys want? How did that conversation come up? You know what I mean?
It's actually crazy because like Lamr was at Zen, Lonnie was working with RCS, and I was like here building my gym, building these fighters up here, and I had a promotion here, exhibition fights, Primal Instinct Championships. We had these amazing exhibition fights, and we put on these fights for the local guys that want to get some experience and compete, but it's not like all like a huge event. It's like a
still an opportunity,
event,
though.
It's an opportunity for guys to gain experience and to put themselves out there so they can feel what it's like to fight in front of people. It's like hard sparring, basically. It's an exhibition fight. Yeah. And I was throwing these fights, and they were awesome, and they were amazing, and all I could picture was us doing a massive event at some point. You know what I mean? But I just felt like it was so much of a workload for me to be able to do something like that. I was like, man, I'm doing everything, because even with Primal, it's like I'm matchmaking, I'm promoting, I'm running the gym, I'm doing wearing so many hats at once. It was just overwhelming sometimes, but I kept doing it. Then eventually I saw Lamr had teamed up with Lonnie and RCS, and they did an amazing show. And then eventually we just kind of met up, and we're like, you know what? We could do this together, and we could do this together bigger, better, and on another level. So we came up with Kingdom Fight League, and that's exactly what it is. We're just building a kingdom from the ground up with nothing but pure good intentions for the mixed martial arts community here in El Paso, looking to give people an opportunity to not to prove themselves, but to go out there and perform and show their hard work. I know when I was coming up in the fight game, and Lamr too, and Lonnie, I know a lot of us had to go out of town. Yeah. You know what I mean? We had to go out of town and compete and all this stuff. Now we're making this happen right here at home. The crazy thing is, I used to wonder, right? Like, how come nobody's done this, right? Like, why isn't anyone doing this? Because they weren't
not done it right.
Yeah, or done it right, because they weren't willing to go through the loops and the holes and they weren't willing to push through the obstacles to get it done. But I knew that if someone was willing to get it done, I didn't know it was me. It was going to be us at the time. But I knew that if someone was willing to go through the obstacles, they would eventually have something big on their hands. You know what I mean? Especially with the way the martial arts community is growing out here.
Yes, definitely.
It's amazing. So it was perfect timing for the way things are growing out here, and for us to come together, and we all have something amazing to offer. So as a team, we're a complete unit.
Yeah, I love that you were saying that, because El Paso's kind of like, we're kind of in the middle of, we're 4 hours away from Albuquerque, 4 hours away Tucson, 6 hours Phoenix, 10 Dallas, fucking 8 San Antonio, 8 Austin, like that. So
we're singled out.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because we can draw people around us. We got Juarez, we got Chihuahua, we got Cruces, we got Midland, we got we can bring those people like that. And I like the fact that you were saying, like, hey man, we're gonna try to build something, and we seen how it was done before, but we know we could do it better. And the fact that you guys are willing to sacrifice, to put your guys' time and effort to do that, to give people the opportunity, because you guys know how it is. Like, damn, I have to go fight out of town. Here I am doing everything I got to do, and then it just fucking falls through. You know what I mean?
It's a heartbreaker.
You know what I mean? That's tough. And I like that, you know, and the fact that you guys all have your own like personalities and the way you guys carry yourselves, and then you guys start teaming together. Because a lot of people don't understand, being a lone wolf isn't the way to go with a lot of things. You have to have the right type of people around you. And I like that you were saying that, like, hey man, these guys, I believe in them. I want to work with them, and you guys have a vision together, and you guys are working toward that vision, and that's fucking dope to see, man.
For
so
sure.
with that being said, like, you guys already kind of talked about how the fight promotion came about, man. What are some of the challenges, you know what I mean, of running a promotion? Somebody that just might be hearing this, like, because a lot of people just show up to an event and they think like, oh, I just pay my ticket and I show up. They don't know about all the things in the background that you guys have to do, and, you know, to get done. You know, you just said it's sanctioned. You know, we're doing blood work, we're doing physicals, we're doing this. Kind of talk about some of the challenges you guys have to deal with that you guys overcome with already with 2 successful events.
I think the challenges at first we're working with the commission, because Texas is a bitch, man. Like, it's they're strict. They're probably one of the strictest MMA like sanctioned bodies like in the U.S. So they're strict, man. Paying them, making sure that, you know, the referees come down here, you know, things like that, taking care of hotels, taking care of insurance. It's not as easy as people think, man. And there's a couple of people that are thinking about starting it too. And I'm like, it's funny because we did it. Now other people see it. And like Ricky was saying earlier about the gym, right? Like, they see him being successful at his gym, like, oh, that's dope. Like, oh, that's cool, bro. You did it. Like, and they don't see the hard work behind what you did. They only see, oh, he has a successful gym, a successful MMA gym, right? And it's like, for us, it's the same thing, man. Like, they look at us and they're like, oh, these guys brought 1,200 people to their show, 1,500 people, whatever it was, whatever it is. Like, I can do this too. And so I think like a lot of people are in it for money. Yeah. And like, we weren't really in it for the money. Like, we want to be the association that the fighters love and that the fighters want to fight for, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we want. I want to treat the fighters good and treat the fighters with respect. Because like you said, we all fought. Like, we all know what it is to do that stuff. So it's a pain in the ass, man. And it's hard work. And it's 6 weeks to 8 weeks of just grinding it out and working hard. And we know that. So we want to treat the fighters good when they show up for us. But like I say, as far as back to the challenges, man, it's just everything just hit us because they were like, okay, you guys know you need to do this, right? You guys know you need to do this. You guys know you need this. Give me 30 days for this. Oh, you guys. And the thing that sucks with us, bros, we can't just say like, hey, guess what? We're having an event on this date, because we have to clear that with Texas first. So Texas will say, oh, you want that date? Well, you guys can't have it. We have 3 events that weekend in Texas, and we can't go to your guys' state. So we're like, okay, well, how about this date? How about this date?
Because they have to have somebody here that's part of the commission. Is that what it is?
They have to send their people down. It's the whole sanctioning committee. It's the judges. It's the refs. It's the main dude that comes down here and runs it. So they come down here and then they're like, oh, you need to give us hotels. You need to pay the guys. You need to do this. And it's like, man, bro, I didn't know it was going to cost this much for us to do.
Well, everybody sees that from afar, right?
Nobody sees that. Nobody sees that because they don't know. They don't know, and they think it's, oh, this is the easiest thing to do. Like, look at these guys. These guys did it.
If these guys could fucking do it, I could fucking do it.
But it's like, you know how much grinding and hard work it takes to do what we do, man?
It's like that, bro. It's like that, I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm sure you guys have, that photo on social media that makes its rounds like yearly. It's like an iceberg, right? And at the top of the iceberg is success. And then that iceberg is sticking out the water like a good amount, but underneath that iceberg is a massive like bottom part of the iceberg that's way bigger than just what you see at the top. So they're seeing you at the top, they see success and everything, but under that water they don't see all the sleepless nights, all the work that it took, all the obstacles that you overcome, all the no's. So many people will tell you no, you can't do it, all the hate, all the jealousy, the envy. You have to be able to overcome everything, you know what I mean? And when you've been through a lot, like in general in your life, like, and then you're dealing with something like that in business, it just kind of is like, it's not that big a deal facing the no's and the hate and the negativity. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It doesn't matter anyone's opinion. What matters is what you think and what you're willing to do to get to your vision. You know what I mean? That in my mind, that's what SVG is sacrifice, vision, greatness. You know, going back to the gym, in my mind, that's what I wanted to create. Someone that is willing to make the sacrifices to make their vision a reality, and that is how you achieve greatness. So that's the whole thing behind that. You know what I mean? And so Kingdom Fight League came to be when three guys met up. We were all intertwined out here in the city, and we ended up seeing each other and just being like, you know what, this makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Partnerships don't always make sense, and you have to know as a successful business person, you have to know when is the right time to have a partner, when is the right time to start a business or to go on a new venture. It's not always the right time or whatever, but here it was the perfect time. You know what I mean? With Lamar being so good with the fighters, we're both currently training and looking to compete, and we're still trying to be active. So with all these things happening, it's like we understand how a fighter thinks.
Yeah,
you know?
and that helps because you guys have the experience. You know what I mean? You guys are both fighters. Lonnie's been doing this too as well, and you guys see it from a different perspective. Like for me, like I'm just a fan or whatever. So, and you know, I've been around the martial arts just a little bit, you know what I mean? But I get to see some of the guys that I train with, and they're busting their butt and doing this. Like when I used to train with Ricky, I would see him he'd roll, then do Muay Thai, then he had to go do something else, and then do this and do that. And then like I would see him just busting his butt. And then I would always like, God damn, this was busting his butt. And then hear all the shit that he has to do with, but he kept fucking going. I'm like, damn, I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Is like they see the top of the iceberg, bro, and they're like, oh, damn, you got there. Like, oh, I want to be like that. I got it like that. It's like, man, I swear to you, I would not wish my path on anybody, bro. If you only knew what it took, if you only knew all the nights where everything almost got shut down and I was gone and out. You know what I mean? And you just keep pushing, man. And man, we've all done that in our own personal lives and careers, and we came to the point where now things are looking up for us, you know. So Kingdom Fight League is a representation of that, of the hard work, of the not only the top of that iceberg, but the bottom as well. The hard work, the perseverance, the ability to overcome against all trials. So we're here now. We're happy to be here, and we're looking to put on amazing shows for the city. All the fighters out here are so blessed, and I don't say that in no cocky way or nothing, but it's such a blessing to have guys that are willing to put on an amazing show for you guys and give you an opportunity to go and showcase your skills, you know, here locally.
That's what's up. And that leads me perfect segue. Let's talk about this upcoming card. I mean, with you being in charge of trying to get these, like, talk about like some of the things that you have to deal with the fighters, and then how do you kind of go about like trying to put a card together? Because you're the one that's mainly talking to the fighters, right? Kind of talk about how you're doing all that.
Okay, yeah. So like Lonnie and Ricky said, man, it's definitely challenging, man. But I love the challenge, man. That's the truth. I love the challenge. So it is hard, but talking to the fighters, man, it's pretty easy, man. I'm really good at communicating. You know, a lot of them see me like a big brother figure out here in El Paso. So the hardest part I would say is you know, being on top of the guys. You know, some of these guys are making their debuts and they're not used to it. They're coming from smokers where you don't have to do blood work, physical, eye exams and stuff. So in the state of Texas, you need your physical done. You need your blood work done. You need your eye exam done. There's so many things. You have to be licensed. So there's things I got to big brother them on, you know, and some people, they wait till the last minute. You know, I always tell people, don't wait till the last minute because mistakes can be made on the paperwork. You know, your doctor could have filled something out wrong and then your fight is completely off because, you know, you didn't turn it in time and I didn't have time to try to fix it.
And it's out of your hands.
It's out of my hands then. So, you know, and then another issue is, you know, you have some guys that just have never cut weight, you know, so they think it's easy. They think you just go in the sauna. I just stop eating my Cheetos and stop drinking soda and I make the weight. It's harder because, you know, sometimes when you cut weight, even for the first time, you could get sick, you know, you could pass out. And then, so we had a few issues where, you know, in the past, you know, where people just, you know, I've had people give up and say, hey man, I'm sorry.
Underestimate the whole,
I thought it was going to be easier, but I cannot make the weight, you know, and it's not fair to the opponent. So I'm real big with the fighters on being fair. You know, this other guy that you're fighting has bust his ass in the gym. He's cutting weight. He made weight. Don't be that person that doesn't make weight. And he sold all these tickets. Now you messed up a lot of stuff. You know, now we got to refund this guy all his money. You know, besides the money, it's not even about the money. Now, this guy was looking forward to this fight, and you just ruined his chances because what we want to do is we want to bring these guys up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I'm 35 years old now. You know, my time is coming to an end. You know, I'm starting to lose the love for it, but I love the promotion
Yeah,
side
that's
of it.
dope.
So I want these guys from El Paso to go out there and win and become champions. So that's why on this next fight card that we have August 4th, we got 2 title fights, and it's going to be amazing.
That's
man.
dope.
Two
crazy.
So talk
title
about
fights.
that a little bit, Lonnie. Like how many fights you guys got lined up?
We have 12, right?
12 fights
I
right
really
now.
don't even mess with that too much. Lamar just handles that.
Okay.
I'm just like, do your thing, bro.
Okay, so
And
you're more like
and
the background
yeah,
paper.
he kind of just tells me like, hey man, I got 12 fights. I got 13 lined up. I'm like, cool.
That's dope.
So like he handles it. I never have had to be like, hey bro, where's the paperwork for this
Yeah.
guy? I never have to do that.
That's
You know
dope.
what I mean? So I feel good with that. And I always think like Ricky was saying earlier, man, like to do it by yourself is hard, bro.
Mhm.
Like
It's
it's
insane.
really
impossible.
really hard, bro. It is impossible to run everything on your own.
Need a
To get
team.
all the promotion, to get all those things going. It's a tough job, bro, especially by yourself. So you have to learn to put good people, surround yourself with good people,
Yeah.
and then trust those good people
Yep.
to take care of their job, and that's what we found. I think
Mhm.
with each other, we found like I could trust him to do that. I could trust him to do that. I'll take care of this. We're straight.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But as far as the card and stuff like that, yeah, we wanted to do. We've had these guys fight on our cards before. We decided like, you know what, man, it's time for them to get a title shot. And,
That's cool.
And represent the fight league. So when we changed it to KFL, we were like, it's time for the belts.
Yeah.
So we got the 2 belts ready to go. And then we have 2 great title matches. I mean, if you watch the last one, you could see them. The fighters that are gonna go up for those belts, and they deserve it. I think that they deserve it. You know, Lamar was right about saying like, hey, let's give them the title fight. Yeah, let's do it. And then hopefully they defend those belts, man, with us.
That's
You know,
dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be super sick. We got Jeremy here from SVG. He's a super top.
What weight class is that, Rick?
145. Yeah, lightweight, right? Or featherweight.
Featherweight.
Featherweight,
He
140.
does fight at lightweight sometimes.
Yeah, so he's crazy because he could cut like 20, 30 pounds and then like nothing. Like he's young, in shape. He's just meant to be a star. Jeremy is one of the top guys here at SVG. He puts in the work. He's hungry. He won the last main event. Tough fight against a guy from Montero Combat. Jeremy took him out in the second round by TKO. And Jeremy's super tough, you know, and he's fighting. Everyone's going to be very privileged to see him compete on August 4th versus a super tough striker. I mean, good striker. And, like I love striking.
Yeah, of
You know what
course.
I mean?
Yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
like everybody knows, like I
Yeah.
love striking. And, like, this gym is really based on a lot of striking. We love grappling, too, as well. Of course, you have to. In
Yeah.
MMA. You got to be well-rounded.
Got that all round thing.
But we love Muay Thai and we love striking here. And this kid that Jeremy's facing, he's a problem. He's a dangerous guy. He's a weapon. He throws fancy kicks, throws fast kicks, fast punches. It's going to be an amazing main event for the 145-pound championship. And then at 135, we got Rudy, another local guy, super tough guy. I used to train with him at 10th Planet as well.
Currently undefeated, Rudy.
Undefeated. He's super tough. And Cerna is the last name. He's going to be fighting Caesar. What's his last name?
Caesar Sandoval.
Sandoval. He's
From
from
Empire MMA.
Empire MMA. Yep, from over there in the north side, and he is tough.
I believe
He
he's.
is
I
tough.
believe currently right now he's 3-1, and that one loss
Was
should not have been a loss.
Yeah,
I was there
I was
watching
there.
that
Was it
fight.
That was the
decision or
way.
what?
He
He's
lost
really
by decision
4-0.
against the hometown kid, but
Yeah.
that kid is 4-0.
Yeah,
he
they
did not
robbed
lose
him.
that fight. They
Yeah.
robbed him
Robbed
because
him.
the
I
guy
was
he
like-
fought sold 200 tickets. That's
Ugh.
why he lost that fight.
Yeah.
And we're coming over there. But
Yeah.
he's definitely 4-0 in my books.
So
Yeah.
basically, we got 2 undefeated guys in the co-main event fighting for the 135-pound championship. Winner takes the belt. Winner takes the glory. The event is called Path to Glory 1. This is the beginning of
dope.
something super big,
That's
super
so dope.
important. You know what I mean? And as a fighter, myself and Lamar and Lonnie, we just want to put on something. I don't think about it like a new generation way. When I think about fights, I always think of like the stadiums and the old school Roman
Yeah.
gladiator
Yeah.
type thing. You know what I mean? Because that's how my mind. I don't know if it's in
That's
me
your
or
fighter.
what.
I don't
But
think about that kind of shit.
I'm
You
just
guys.
I'm just like in warrior mode
Uh-huh.
all the time. So when I see these guys and I see their potential and I see
That's
their
dope.
hunger and I see everything and I see how much they want it, I'm just like, man, we got to put on the best card that there's ever been out here, period, for these guys to shine, because I know that Rudy and Caesar are bringing everything. I know that Jacob and Jeremy, they're bringing everything. So you guys are getting an amazing main event and co-main event.
Yeah.
August 4th, Sunday, August 4th. Doors open at 1 p.m. Fights start at 2 p.m. We got VIP tables for sale. We got tickets. The VIP tables are selling fast, and they're right next to the cage. You got a bartender bringing you drinks.
That's so dope.
Some blood might hit you if you're in the VIP.
So yes, you're so close to the cage, man. It's like a stadium. You know, that's why when I first saw the Coliseum, I was like, you know what? One day a show's gonna go down.
That's dope.
Badass show. Now here we are as a team putting this amazing show on. So August 4th, make sure you're all there. The fights are gonna be amazing. You know, we got a lot of guys from here competing, a lot of guys from Elite,
A lot of talent.
a lot of local talent, a lot of regional talent out here, and it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be super sick.
And then in our feature event, let's talk about our featured event.
Yeah, let's talk about more of the little cards.
We
for
got
sure, man.
David Gutierrez, man. The crowd loves that kid. Low key G, what's up? David will come and stand and trade, and that's what the crowd wants to see. Let's be realistic here. Nobody really wants to see grappling. Us real fighters, you know, we want to see grappling. We want to mix it up. But the crowd, they want to see people that's gonna bang, and that's David Low Key Gutierrez. He won by brutal knockout in about 30 seconds on our last event over a super tough kid.
And the odds were against him.
The odds were against him. I mean, online, I think it said 97% that the other kid was going to win the fight. And David went out there and upset the building by a vicious knockout. And then he's going against Devin Corwin from Jackson Wink. Jackson Wink is one of the best teams in the world. I mean, that's where John Jones was. You know, they have so many UFC
Albuquerque,
fighters.
right?
Yeah, so I follow this kid, and he trains with the best in the world. And he's currently undefeated right now. He fought on our last event as the co-main event, I believe, and put on a dominant performance against another super tough guy, man. So those two are going to be going neck to neck. And from what I'm hearing is that they're going to stand and trade the whole time, and whoever falls, you know. and those are just 3 fights that, you know.
It's crazy how many matchups.
Yeah, we have so many other guys on that card that, I mean, it's amazing. We have so many good fighters from so many teams. You know, we have teams from Las Cruces, from Phoenix, from Albuquerque, you know, Flagstaff. We have so many teams coming down, and it's just going to be a great event, you know. So shout out to all the fighters, man. You know, it's going to be a great night. You guys do not want to miss it. The last one was marvelous, but this one right here, we're going to blow the roof off the building.
Every event that we have is going to double the last event. Every time we're coming out, we're bringing the heat. We're bringing everything up a notch, the entertainment, everything. We're going to have smoke. We're going to have lights. We're going to have announcers. We're going to have the music. It's going to be popping.
Better DJs. We're going to do everything.
And that's part of the whole thing, too. And, like, I like, well, one thing I kind of want to say that all the things that you guys are saying is, like, the right kind of things that I like to hear when people are, because you guys, I could hear the passion in what you guys are talking about. So that's 1. 2, people respect you guys and want to fight for the promotion. 3, when you guys are putting on these cards, then that makes this promotion more prestige because XYZ, because of you guys, and everything's taken care of the event. Then it gets more exciting because that's how you guys build it, right? Doing all the right things is what builds up the company, right?
Exactly. So another thing I'm real big on is taking care of the fighters, man. I mean, like I said, I've been fighting for like 10 years now. Me and Lonnie went out of town where we stayed in the most terrible hotels. I mean, not even hotels, motels, roaches. I never had anybody to wrap my hands. Lonnie would have to wrap my hands at every single event. You know, we had to bring everything. I mean, it was so now that we've been doing it, we provide the cut man. We take care of those guys. If you get cut, we have 2 professional cut man Jerry and his team is great. And we make sure that, I mean, there's some times where I would warm up in a little 5x5 space in a corner, you know. So now these guys have big rooms with coolers in there with water and Powerade couches. You can relax. Yeah. I mean, I've had to warm up outside in the cold.
Hey, come on in and shit.
So now we try to, I'm real big on that because I know what I went through, you know? And I swear, maybe in my amateur career, I don't think I ever had anyone wrap my hands except for my coach. You know, so we're real big on trying to make it everything better. Everything I went through, I want them to just relax and fight.
Your job is to fight. Yep. Our job is to make sure everything else.
I want to make these guys as comfortable as possible. Even though it's a challenge, we spend a lot of money, a ridiculous amount of money. It's worth it. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm addicted to the grind. I'm addicted to getting this promotion to top levels. I want to be on PFL level, Bellator level. One day, UFC level, and I'm not gonna stop until I get that.
And I love hearing that shit. And it's cool that I get to see this from the beginning. You know what I mean? And the fact that I've known Ricky for so long, and he's been doing what he's been doing for so long and being successful. And then you guys are just joining, fucking making a fucking Power Ranger mega shit and put it all together, man.
It was a power move. Sometimes when power moves are made, not everyone's happy about it. Some people could be upset about it. Some people could be disappointed by it, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, life is going to flow. The universe is going to flow in the direction that it needs to. And this was a direction that had to happen. You know, Lamar takes a lot of initiative. When we joined forces, I seen his hustle. I seen his work effort, his work ethic, and I seen how hard he loves the game. You know, he's super passionate. Like when I hired him to be a coach here at the gym, I was like, damn, like, this is the way it's supposed to be. Like, he cares about the kids. He cares about the teenagers. And when we first started, it was a small program. It was like 3 kids, 4 kids getting into teens class. And he's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? It's only a few kids and stuff. I was like, don't worry. Trust me. Everything's going to come to us. As long as we keep doing and showing and teaching, everything's going to come to us. Now he's got 20 plus teens in his class. I got 20 plus kids ranging from 4 years old all the way up to 12. And with teaching kids, you learn to develop a lot of patience.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I like to work with people that, one, have good morals, that are willing to put in the work to get where they want to be. He has that. Lonnie has that. Lamar's always on it. Every morning I wake up, I already got a text from Lamar. It's like, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? We need to do this. This week, this is up. So Lamar's he's basically in charge of day-to-day activities, you know what I mean, making sure everyone's on top of it. Now, with me running the gym, and I have a newborn, basically, 4-month-old kid now, a little baby boy, thank you, sir. And it's not that easy, but I signed up for this, you know what I mean? No one's making me do this. No one's making me be a part of SVG or KFL or do any of this stuff. This is my dream world. This is a blessing. That I get to do this. So no one's forcing me to do this. I literally wake up in my bed every day and I'm like, damn.
This is dope.
Like, I wake up, bro, I pop up, my body hurts from all the training, my muscles hurt, I have a sprained ankle, a hurt knee, a hurt knuckle, and I just get up and I'm like, bro, I get to go and get in my Audi, wear my SVG shirt, my SVG shorts, and drive to my gym. Like, it's crazy. Like, in my mind, I'm like, it's not even cocky, bro. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is reality.
Yeah. Well, the gratitude too, man.
It's amazing. Gratitude is the key to all of it, bro. Every morning I wake up, I want to grab my phone right away, right? And then I'm like, no. Leave the phone. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, little things like that. Yeah.
I'm so blessed to be alive. Like, it's a blessing because I remember the days waking up in the damn cell at the annex, bro. Being there for a long ass time. Or waking up and not having money, not having food, not having a car. I used to run in the 10th Planet 3 miles. When I won my championship, I used to run there 3 miles and run home 3 miles.
Damn.
So when fighters come to me with their excuses about how they want to do this and that, but this is happening and this is happening, bro, I had every excuse in the book. I fucking conquered it. I pushed. I conquered it. And I'm still pushing. I still have new goals in the MMA game. I'm not just a KFL promoter. I'm still pushing in my own fight career. I still want it against all odds at 35. I'm still pushing forward. So this is the kind of energy that we thrive off here at SVG and for KFL as well with the up and coming fighters. We want to give them the opportunity, right, to believe in themselves fully and to go out there and perform. Do what you were meant to do. Do what God has put you here to do. You know what I mean? And not for everyone, it's about fighting. You know, sometimes it's overcoming the fear.
Yeah.
Overcoming the fear that it takes to walk in that cage. Having the courage. You see people always say, oh my God, how does it feel to win a fight in the cage? Like, it feels amazing. It feels incredible.
I can't even imagine that shit.
It's indescribable, but it's not necessarily like, oh my God, I won. It's not necessarily about the win itself. For me, at least personally, it's about overcoming the fear and the courage that it took when all my my doubts and all
you could have just tapped out any time before.
Just like, you know what? Just don't make weight. Like some guys, you know what I mean? Just don't make weight, and then you'll find your way out. You'll find your cop out. You know what I mean? And then you could just say, oh, I just didn't make weight. And like, no, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you got to have the courage to step in, and that is the win. It's not just about the dub and the victory on the record. It's about, do you have the courage to overcome your fears? Do you have the courage to overcome all the injuries, all the heartache that sometimes we face in a fight camp? A lot of fighters are broke. A lot of fighters don't have money. People don't understand. Fighting doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're looking to get into fighting for the money, it doesn't pay unless you get to the UFC, and only 1% of motherfuckers is going to get to the UFC straight up like that. So if you want to get in the game, be ready for dark and stormy days, and you got to be willing to go through the storm to see the sun. So if you're with the shit and you sign up and you get down and you got to work your ass off, bro, no one's going to give you nothing. No one cares if you succeed or you fail. It's up to you to want it. It's up to you to go out and grab it and get it. You got to earn that shit. You know what I mean? And life's not going to give you nothing. It doesn't care.
Yeah. Nobody owes you shit. I always tell people that life owes you nothing. I tell people all the time, I'm fortunate to sit down and talk to people. People don't owe me shit. You know, people are like, oh, that's cool. You're talking to this, you're talking to that. I'm like, dude, the way I carry myself, you know, I hope that people see how serious I am about what I'm doing. So I feed off people. Like when you guys are talking about, you've been doing it for this and doing this, and I've known Ricky, and like hearing that kind of stuff, like it feeds me. Because I love hearing that shit. Because I'm trying to do this on my own. This is my passion project, bro. This ain't paying bills, but I love doing this. I love sitting down and talking to people. Every time I sit down and talk to people, I get like a new perspective on life, and I feel like that is a cheat code. So the more I sit down and talk to people, I look at life way differently, and I just become more humble, more gratitude, and just happy for more the simple things. How Ricky's saying, it's just like just waking up and just like, damn, this is dope.
Yeah, that's
like,
how I am, bro.
Like, you're just like, you guys are like, hey, let's do it today. I'm all, fuck, let's go. You know what I mean? This is badass. You know what I mean?
Jimmy, man, we appreciate you, man. You do a hell of a job.
No, man, I love doing this shit too. So with all that being said, man, like you guys have the August 4th coming up. You got 12 fights. And we kind of speak a little bit about the future, but like how often you guys are going to try to do fight cards. So this way people that are listening or potential fighters can have an idea of how often that you guys are going to be doing these cards, so they can be like, all right, these guys are legit. If I want to start going in these and get out of these smokers, you know, how often do you guys see you guys doing these events?
Yeah. So, well, first I wanted to say that, like, what you were saying, you know, that what you do is inspiring to me. So I'm glad that what we do is inspiring to you. I think that, especially men need somebody to look up to or to want to be like. And then you see somebody working hard as a man, and you're like, you see him and you're like, damn, man, I respect him.
Yes.
Like, so they recognize each other. You know, real men recognize each other. Some men are jealous and petty. Yeah. But most men are like, damn, they're doing it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate that from you, first of all. As far as the cards go, we're trying to do for a year. We're trying to do for a year, man. Every 3 months we want to do it. And, you know, people are throwing little monkey wrenches in for us to do that, but we don't care. We're just going to keep doing it. It doesn't matter what they do. It matters what we do.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to push for a year. This is our third, and then we're going to do another one, you know, in a couple of months. So we'll just try to keep it at that pace, man. And especially, what it does is it helps fighters progress, especially fighters from our own hometown progress. They get so many fights. They do it at home. Then they can say, okay, well, let me go over here.
Yeah.
And other promotions are looking at them and saying, you know, from out of town, and they're like, hey, how about we get this guy to come over here? What I really would like to do is run a cross promotion title where, you know, we'll pick a promotion that's a good promotion like us, and we'll get our 145-pound champ to go fight their 145-pound champ and unify that fucking.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's big
willing to collaborate if it makes sense.
Yeah, to collaborate, let it make sense,
and
then just keep going from there, man. But like they said, like these guys are saying, like, we want to push it and make it grow as much as we can. We want to go all over Texas. We want to get a New Mexico license. We want to get the whole region, man. We want everything. We want UFC Fight Pass. We want to do our own pay-per-view.
Hell yeah.
Like, we want everything, bro. Like, we want it all.
That's cool.
We're definitely not gonna spill the whole beans.
Of course,
on everything we got going on and planned. There's a lot of things that have to go for specific reasons left unsaid, and it's good. You know what I mean? We basically, there's a lot of big and good things coming for El Paso, especially in the MMA game. And and tune in, come out, check out the fights. August 4th is the next big date. We'll once that event is done, everyone's gonna know, like, entertainment, fights, everything. We're setting a new standard here. That has been a long time coming. I've seen a hole and a gap in the industry for a long time since I was even young, bro. Like, I'm 35 now. I was probably like 20 something when I first started training, and I seen a hole in the industry out here. There wasn't a lot of fights, there wasn't a lot of shows, and I always said, man, who's gonna be the one to step up? It's funny because
without you realizing it, you were gonna be part of it.
And I used to think the same thing for like MMA. I was like, man, I wish we had like a super coach like John Danaher or Rafael Cordero, or we had someone amazing.
And you become the super coach
to help us out. And I'm not gonna go as far as to say that, but I hope to inspire and motivate and push a lot of coaches. I'm not gonna put myself on the same level as these legends, but I in my city, in my town here in El Paso, Texas, I'm looking to help a lot of champions rise out of here, and I'm giving my all. And all the mistakes that I made in the game, I look at my fighters and I'm pushing them to avoid these mistakes.
That's dope.
All the errors that I made, I want them to avoid, and not just my fighters, but also the other guys from KFL. So when I talk to them backstage, or a lot of these other fighters from other promotions or from other gyms, I mean, that know me, I talk to them and I always give them words of encouragement, even when they're fighting my own guys. Yeah. I just have nothing but good energy for all these dudes, and when I got into this game, not just the KFL and the promoting and everything, as far as just mixed martial arts in general, I never saw people as like, oh, I'm competing against you. Yeah. Obviously, there is friendly competition and friendly rivalries, but I never focused so much on other individuals. It was always me against me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like we can always reach our true potential and our higher self when we're constantly pinning ourselves against ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I always look at what I've done and I'm like, damn, I can do more.
I can do more. That's dope.
Better.
So
do more. The competition is always me against me, and you tend to see a lot of guys have the same mentality that go far, and it's them always not feeling like they need to prove something, but always going against themselves, like the previous version of themselves, always looking to become the best version of themselves, and I think Kingdom Fight League is going to bring the best out of a lot of people. You know what I mean? We got guys that are hungry, we got guys in nearby cities, regionally, that are looking to come and make a statement, against local guys, and may the best man win, So train your asses off, fighters, because there's a lot of big things coming, and there's a lot of rewards here, a lot of things that weren't around when I first started, and we're here now. So, work for it, earn it. You got to earn it. No one's going to give you anything.
Yeah. With piggybacking what Lonnie said too, is like just having the, like, I mean, I kind of touch on a bit with Ricky. Every time I was around Ricky, I don't know if you guys get to know Ricky. Like, Ricky has this aura around him, right? Even when I was training at 10th Planet, he'll leg kick and head kick the fuck out of you, but he was willing and humble enough to learn how to do jiu-jitsu and willing to roll around and know that, damn, I need to work on this. But he was never ever damn, fuck you and kind of shit like that. And I'm glad that you say that, because people see you guys as leaders in this community, and that's cool, because somebody that might be like, damn, I had the opportunity to fight because of Ricky and Lamr and Lonnie, because they gave me an opportunity. And if it wasn't for them, I couldn't be where I'm at. So I love hearing that, the fact that you guys are just, all you guys, without even saying it, all said something as far as giving back. You know what I mean? And I love hearing that with Lonnie saying, as men and stuff like that, you have to kind of with the troubled teens and shit like that. I always tell people, with me, when with my content and thing, I'm like, hey, I want to stream, or I want to do this. I'm all like, yeah, what do you need? I'll help you. I have my kids or their friends or whatever. I'm like, hey, I'm willing to, if I see potential and you want to do something and it's within reason, I want to be able to at least just show you. You know what I mean? And it takes the right type of people to be those figures for that. And the fact that you guys have all said that in your own different way is that we're doing this promotion because we want to, and because we want to promote, and we feel like we can do a good job to not not for the money, obviously that's going to come, but the fact that you guys are willing to put your own time and money to do this because you guys want to, investing the time for other people. And I think that anytime when you put your other people in front of yourself within time, that's going to always work out, man. And I love the fact that you guys all like came together to do this. Hey, we're going to fucking do this. Let's figure it out. And let's put this vision together. And you guys working together and getting to know each other and like just the chemistry is, I can see the potential, man. And I'm excited to see all this shit going on, man. The fact that I get to sit down and talk to you guys and hear you guys are so passionate in your own different ways of why you're doing this. And it's so dope. You know what I mean?
And one thing I must say is that the bigger we get, the more we're going to give back. Always. I mean, we're going to have a few more free, 100% free self-defense seminars. We want to do an anti-bullying for kids. We want to have a self-defense seminar for ladies. We want to have one for the military. I mean, we're gonna give back. And then Christmas time, we're gonna have a huge toy drive.
That's so awesome.
And give a lot of gifts out, man. A lot of good gifts too, man. I mean, that's what I want to see, these kids smile, you know.
A lot of times you hear so many messed up things going on in the world, right? Like wars and all this messed up stuff. And sometimes it's like people talk about it and it's like, damn, like, what can I really do? What can I really do from my point of view in my life? You see people getting bombed and people dying and that puts everything in a perspective of how blessed we are to live here in the USA and to be able to chase our dreams and goals, and coming from where we come from, people that have been in jail and all these things and can come up in the game and still be a success. It just shows like, you know, we really have good intentions and we have a good heart. And one of the most important things about business that I've been learning is don't chase the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chase your passion. When you chase your passion, money and all those things, they come to you. You know what I mean? Like, it just comes to you because you're that kind of person that just wants to give back so much. I honestly, a lot of people would tell me, you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. You're training, you're running the gym. Now you got a promotion. I had started a meal prep business. I've been doing so many things, juggling so many hats at once. People are like, you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. And, you know, I always tell them, I'm not going to burn out. I have unlimited energy. Unlimited energy. I have all the energy in the world. It comes from God, the sun, the energy that I receive, the light. I literally think like that, bro. I'm like a hippie. I swear.
That's a good way to go about it.
I'm like, I have to, bro, because if I fall into everyone else's game of you're going to burn out, guess what? I'm going to burn out.
Yeah.
But I keep giving. The more I give, I feel like the more I give, the more God gives me more energy. Yeah. More energy, more aura, more love and abundance to give to people. So you know, you see someone struggling, you help them out. You know what I mean? People don't just come here to train. People don't just do things like that. They come to a spot like this, a facility like this, SVG MMA Academy here in El Paso. They come to a facility like this to learn martial arts, to get the discipline, to develop courage, to figure out what the primal instinct is that we all have inside of us, you know, that animal instinct to survive, that animal instinct to push through the obstacles. But they come here for the mentality.
Yeah.
The mentality
it's
is
such
key.
a therapy. People don't understand that. Like, I can only, for me in my experience with jiu-jitsu, it's such a therapy thing. You go in there, you're trying to fucking choke somebody out, or somebody's trying to break your arm. You slap hands, it's all good, and like you feel so much better.
Win or lose.
You know what I mean? You feel so much better getting that out, and at the same time, you're working out. You're working out. You know what I mean? You're taking care of yourself. You're learning a martial art, your defense, it feels good, man. And the fact that you're saying that I think that everybody should at least one point in their life do some type of martial arts. You know what I mean? Because everybody would look at everybody's life would be so much different. Everybody knows if you know a head kick can come out of anybody, you probably wouldn't be talking shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Life, bro, life is stressful, bro. It's stressful. It's hard. Everyone's trying to figure out how to pay their car, how to get a car sometimes, how to eat food, how to pay the rent, how to take care of your kids. It's so many things involved. And for men in general, everyone's like, oh, he's got to do it. He's going to do it. They just automatically assume that you can do it when it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's very stressful. That's why the number one suicide rate is men. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard, bro. Life is hard. And sometimes you need a place to go and decompress like this. You come in here, you punch, you get punched, you hurt, you get hurt. You're going to walk out of here and you're going to be just fine. Someone's going to cut you off and you're not even going to flip them the middle one.
No shit.
You're just going to be like, it's all good, homie. You needed to cut me off. It's all good. I just got done punching 10 dudes in the face. And I got punched like 20 times. I ain't got no time to argue. I ain't got no time to fight. So martial arts develops a trait in you that's just different. You know what I mean? You develop that discipline. You develop integrity. You develop the courage. That's why we have an amazing kids program here and an amazing adults program. And whenever we go out and compete, we're just trying to be the best versions of ourselves. You know, yes, there's competition, there's other teams, and when we go to war, we go to war. It is what it is. But I always tell people, you can only know peace when you've known war. You know what I mean? Like I was telling a lot of the kids' parents when I was here right before this past weekend when I was supposed to fight, I was supposed to main event here at Speaking Rock. For one of the other local promotions, and you know, even though I'm doing my own thing, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna put on a show for the people, so all the people that support me can watch me, and I can show how hard I've been working. You know, I had nothing but good intentions in my heart. Dude didn't make weight, everything fell through, and I had to keep a positive mind. But I was telling the parents before the whole weigh-ins debacle happened, I was telling the parents, I was like, hey, you know, you guys know me. I love the kids. I love everybody, but just understand on fight day, you're going to see a different version of me. You know what I mean? In order for there to be light, there also has to be darkness. And within us all, we all have that darkness. You know what I mean? And instead of trying to fight it all the time, sometimes we need to accept it, you know? And with martial arts, we're able to accept that violent, that primal side of us in a controlled environment and be able to go out there and look to execute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the good comes with the bad, and like the yin and yang symbol, you know, there's balance in life. You know, the only reason I can be so kind and be so good with the kids and be so good with people and try to help is because I also have another side of me, and he rarely comes out. It rarely comes out. And then I look for it to happen, and then guys don't make waves and stuff like that. And
they try to keep the cage.
Unfortunately, things fall apart. But you know, I let God be in control, and I let it be in God's hands. You know, but what I can guarantee is KFL come August 4th, we're gonna put on a hell of a show. It's gonna be amazing. And whoever comes out that night is gonna have an amazing experience. You know, with some of the top fighters. A lot of guys with a lot of heart, a lot of courage, and may the best man win, you know. But we're ready for it. We're here, and we're here, El Paso. You know, welcome.
I love it.
The Kingdom Fight League. This is just the beginning, and this is it right here. This is gonna be everything for a lot of you guys.
That's dope, man. But kind of just piggybacking off the gym thing, like you were saying, just having a place to come, camaraderie, community. Like a lot of people will like come in. Like kind of like I want to beat everybody and be a tough guy, and all of a sudden they become like such a better person. And how many times have you guys seen that in your life? You know what I mean? It's just like a rough and tough kid or whatever. Put them in martial arts, and they become a good citizen because they had the opportunity or a spot they can go to and get that, you know, and learn from people that, you know, how Ricky's saying like, yeah, I have dark, but I have so much light to give that I could show people that, you know, you can live your life well and everything. You can have all these obstacles and shit you guys have to deal with, but you know, having those, you guys in the community, in the MMA community, martial arts or whatever, those type of the people that, you know, like you guys, without you guys even realizing it, you guys are, you know, you guys are ahead of El Paso as far as when it comes to this kind of thing. So people look up to you guys, you know what I mean? And having the right type of people running promotions, how you do and talk to the fighters, how Lonnie take care of this, how Ricky and his experience is in promotion, all the different things like make sense. And I love the fact that you guys all just compliment each other when it comes to that shit, man. So without that being said, let's close it up. August 4th, 1 o'clock, gates open. 2 starts the fights. We got 12 fights lined up. We got the main card with 145 championship, the co-main 135. Yep. We got a bunch of what kind of some of the weight classes that people can expect for that day, Lamar?
So we got 155 pounders, man. I mean, but these guys are big boys. These guys are walk around about 200 pounds. They drop down to 155.
Get the fuck out of here.
So they'll be yoked up, ready to go. You know, the next day we have 25ers, man. The little short fast motherfuckers, you know, just super fast, spinning heel kicks. You know, you can't blink because somebody can get knocked out, you know, instantly. Especially with the small weight classes. I mean, you get knocked out quick, you know.
Some fights won't go the distance.
Exactly. We have a lot of 25s. We have a lot of 35ers that are watching that title fight. You know, that are going to keep their eyes on that fight, and that one day is going to go and try to challenge Caesar or Rudy, whoever wins that championship. So we have a little bit of everything from the small guys to the medium guys to the big guys. You know, so it's gonna be perfect fit for everybody.
So for all you guys watching, I mean, for all you got aspiring fighters watching, like, be ready. You know what I mean? If this is your calling, if this is something you want to do, and you're willing to take the reins on your life, and you're willing to put yourself out there, this is the time. No, like I keep saying, no one's gonna give you anything. This is the time. Path to Glory 1, August 4th. Kingdom Fight League, doors open 1 p.m. Fight start 2 p.m. Let's go. And come and witness the path to glory.
What's it called? So with that being said, where can everybody get tickets? Where can you guys plug some of the websites? I'll have all the descriptions and everything in the tags on here. But where can everybody buy tickets at?
So Ticketmaster is doing the tickets. The Coliseum set that up. We kind of had to go with them. So Ticketmaster is where it is. And then if you check all of our links in our bios, it's all straight to the Ticketmaster spot. We have some promotions running, and on those promotions, if you see them on your page, you can just click on it and it'll take you right to the where to buy tickets.
So our Instagram is Kingdom_Fight League. Follow us on Instagram. Give us a follow, like, comment.
And you guys are active on there, man. I see. I see you guys are posting. You guys are putting the fighters up, and that's the thing that as a promotion, you guys have to do is like kind of put that stuff out there. You guys are putting the talent out and letting everybody know that you guys are active and you guys are doing. Because like I'm a social media guy, so I pay attention, guy. I'm always kind of paying attention to what's going on, and the fact that you guys are just posting every day, short like stories, that's good because that's what you guys should be doing and letting everybody know what's going on, and the fighters see like, damn, these guys are really, doing the thing because. How you guys said you're in a little corner, and you're fighting at XYZ place and nobody even knows about it. You know what I mean? You guys have been promoting and putting out that kind of stuff, and that's big. You know what I mean? That's big because because with nowadays, how many goddamn things are on the internet? You know what I mean?
I mean, we fought at little bars, like for us to get the Coliseum, we must be doing something right.
Man, that's dope.
That's a big thing for El Paso. So we just ask for all the support, and go check out some of the fighters. We post a lot of their highlights on our Instagram, so you could see some of the fighters that are going to be on there. We post snippets and stuff of these guys
leading up to.
So like I said, man,
you might have a new favorite fighter coming up, right?
Yeah, you might, guys. If you love the UFC, you need to pay attention because we got some talent on this card, and in a couple of years, you're going to see these guys on the big screen.
I saw that guy fight at Kingdom.
So you need to make sure you're not left behind.
We're looking to become a feeder league for the UFC. So. We're not just thinking on a local level. We're looking to become something big regionally and to gain national attention so that fighters can have the opportunity to present themselves when the time comes to get to the UFC and to compete in the UFC. So on all aspects of the game, we're there. You know what I mean? And it's coming. Kingdom Fight League. This is what it is. KFL, the brand, the promotion, the league. It's here, guys, and this is your opportunity to be inspired, to be hungry. Things have been set in motion. If you've been waiting, remember, there is no perfect time. The time is now. There is no tomorrow. You got to go and get it now. So let's get this, guys. August 4th. Remember, doors open 1 p.m. Fight start at 2 p.m. Don't miss it.
Let's go. With closing words, man, you guys want to shout anybody out? Any closing words before we get out of here?
So I just want to give a shout out to the fighters because first and foremost, this event would not be happening if it wasn't for the fighters. So shout out to all the fighters. It's been fun working with you guys. Easy working with you guys this time around. So without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So shout out to the fighters.
It's that same. Shout out to the fighters, our sponsors. We're still looking for sponsors. We saw sponsorships open. Everybody that got VIPs, we appreciate it. They back us up and they're right there with us. So we really appreciate them too.
Yes. Shout out to, of course, our nonprofit El Paso Youth Outreach Foundation. We're looking to do a lot of big things to continue to help the community here.
I love that. Outside of the fighting stuff, you guys have all brought it up. I love that.
Definitely. It's super important because, the fighting stuff, it's amazing. It's awesome. But I always tell even the fighters here, and I instill this in them, It's fighting is amazing. Becoming a fighter is amazing. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of heart. But one of the most important things, or one of the most important things in the world for sure, above fighting, is be a good person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Be a good person, have a good heart, have good intentions, and things will go your way. You know, God is always watching us, and we want to have a good intentions and have a good heart. So, El Paso Youth Outreach Foundation, we're looking to make a lot of great things happen. As far as we're gonna offer free seminars, we're gonna have toy drives, we're gonna do a Thanksgiving drive, hand out some turkeys.
Hell yeah.
Pass some food out to the homeless. We're always looking to do something good for the community because, like I said, there's wars and all sorts of crazy stuff going on in the world. We might not be in control of all that, but what we can do is do something good right here at home, and hope that that has a ripple effect on the world. You know, that's all we can do.
That's what's up, man. With that being said, man, thank you guys for your guys' time. Like I said, I truly am fortunate. I every time I talk to new people, especially people that I don't know, I appreciate your guys' time. And, you know, for me to come out here, check out the gym, get to know you guys a little bit, looking forward to these fucking fights and shit like that. If you guys are listening to this on iTunes, on Spotify, on YouTube, man, we got all different conversations going on, man. Don't let the Jimmy Dukes gaming part, you know, kind of throw you off. But yeah, we got all different conversations going on. And I appreciate you guys listening and watching, man. But until next time, peace out, homies. Y'all take care.
Jimmy Dukes Podcast. Let's go.
Hey, that was perfect, man. Thank you guys.